up and back. Let your head hang between your arms. You're gazing back at your legs or your belly. And maybe pedal your feet like walking in place, bend one knee and then the other. Again, you could turn your hands out a little bit to take some pressure off the wrists, but still think about pressing down and then spread, like pressing the mat apart, like you could rip it apart. Lift your hips up high. If this is too intense, come back down to table or take child. You could also think about spreading your feet wider. I say at least hip distance apart. You could be almost as wide as your mat if you wanted. Think about breathing across your low back. So now we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. We're going to come into a standing forward fold at the back of our mat. Maybe now you walk your feet in a little bit so they're about hip distance apart. And just take a few breaths in your forward fold. Now feel free to bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight. If this isn't comfortable on your back, maybe you come up halfway. So our forward fold is Uttanasana in Sanskrit. The half forward fold is Ardha Uttanasana. And just take a couple of breaths here, breathing into the backs of your legs, breathing into your spine. Check in with the weight in your feet. See if it's even between the balls and the heels. Sometimes we kind of sink back towards our heels here. So let's all come up halfway if you're not there already. So bring your hands maybe to your shins or your thighs or fingertips to the ground. Take a breath here. Inhale here. Exhale, fold back in or stay in the half lift if that's better for your back. And then inhale with arms out like wings. Lift yourself up with a straight spine using your core. Bring your hands overhead and then hands down to heart center. Check in with your intention here. And then release your hands down to your sides. So checking in with your mountain pose now, let's walk to the front of the mats. We don't need to do anything yet, but it'll be good to be here for later, and then I'll forget to have us walk forward. So think about your